Hi guys, welcome back to the 2026 Accountability Files. This is episode 3 and we're officially in it now.
Yes, the intentions have been set, the check-ins have happened, and the honesty has started, guys.
Exactly. So episode 1, if you haven't seen it already, was about setting the foundation. Episode 2 was the reality check.
Yeah, so episode 3 is basically what happens next. It's how we are responding and resetting and how we're going to move forward when life doesn't go exactly to plan.
Exactly. And this episode isn't about adding more goals. It's about self-awareness, boundaries, and learning how to stay consistent even when things feel messy.
Yeah, we're talking about discipline versus grace. When to push, when to pause, and how to stay accountable without being hard on ourselves.
Exactly, because real growth doesn't just come from perfection, it comes from reflection, adjustment, and showing up again.
So if you had a week that didn't look the way you planned it to, this episode's for you.
It definitely is. So let's get into episode 3. So, Kay,
Mhm.
one word to describe this week.
I don't know if you can call it one word, but I'm going with so-so.
Okay, tell me.
So this week has felt so-so. It's had highs in some aspects and lows in other aspects. But I'm learning that there's no such thing as a perfect week. We're going to do well in some areas and some areas we're going to fall short in. And that's okay. I'm here for it now.
Exactly, it is. That's how it goes. I felt exactly the same. Obviously, I'm going to jump into mine in a bit, but I definitely feel you with the so-so, so-so.
I think
So,
in French it's comme si comme ça.
yeah, Tomasito, isn't that Spanish?
No, French. That's the only thing I remember from French GCSE is comme si comme ça. It's like so.
Oh my gosh, you're too funny. So, remind me what you committed to this week.
Okay, so last week I committed to this week 2 gym days and three gym days, 3 cardio days, 6:30 a.m. wake ups, and walking bubbles twice.
Mm.
Yeah, that was what I promised myself I was doing this week.
So, tell me about it. How did it go?
All right, so let's start with the positive. Let's have like a shit show sandwich.
Yes, what went well, okay?
What went well? Right. So, gym, 3 days, check. Walking bubbles, 2 days, check.
Love
Getting up at
this.
6:30. Yeah, getting up at 6:30. Check. Apart from Friday morning. I did it, but damn, it was a struggle.
It
We'll
was
get into
mad.
that though.
Yeah.
And then cardio. So, at the time of this recording, I have done 2 days cardio. I was meant to do my third day this morning. However, girl maintenance came in and I broke a nail and I had to go get my nails done.
And I just want
Before.
to say, guys, today is usually we record on a Monday, don't we?
Yeah.
And we are actually recording live in action at our actual accountability meeting. So anyways, you've said that you've gone and got your nails done. So it sounds like you're not planning on going to the gym.
I'm not planning on going to the gym, but I am planning on doing a cardio
Okay.
workout at home this evening.
And what are you planning on doing? Because I know
I'm
you
going to
said last
do,
week that your cardio, you weren't necessarily going to go to the gym. It was just about doing cardio, if that's at home or whatever that looks like.
yes. Well, originally I was going to get up and go for a run this morning. And then I looked at the floor and it was wet outside and I was like, ain't no way I'm running in that. So this evening I am aiming to do a African dancing twerking workout.
You need to send this to me after. Listen, I don't know who I'm fooling. I will not be in my front room doing no African dancing, twerking. I'll leave that for
I might
you.
film a bit of it.
I love that for you. I'm going to live through you, okay?
So yeah, so also what went well. Oh gosh, how could I forget this? So if you remember last week, I committed to booking my exam.
Oh, yes.
I've done that.
Oh, great.
So
I'm really, really
yes,
proud of you. Well done.
yeah. So I'm not going to say what date it is, but I have booked it for this month. And yeah, revision needs to start, and I will let you guys know once I've done it and the outcome.
You're
So
going to do
yeah, so
amazing.
that's
You know you are. Just stick to that date now. No
yeah,
changing it about. You've got this. You know that once you put your mind to it and you're in that space, you're going to do it. You
yeah.
have every time. You've just tried to, oh, I don't know if I can do it right now. Well, I can't wait to hear the outcome.
Thank you. And then one thing that I say that's kind of really worked well for me is with the gym days is going in the office in the mornings. That's really helping me. And so obviously I spoke about this before that I tried to do the whole like get back into doing the 6 a.m. gym and it just wasn't for me getting up at 5:30. I like my sleep too much. So this doing the gym before going into the office and doing the half days in the office, this routine works for me. And I'm happy about it. If I hadn't had other things go on this week, I probably could have done more days in the gym. It was just that I only went into the office 3 days this week. So next week I'm going to be, I don't know how many days I'm in the office next week. Basically, any day I'm in the office, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, good. It's good to have that little routine. Work, gym. It needs to work for you, and it sounds like that works. So, and you've been saying for a while that you want to try and be out of the house working. So it sounds like things are going well. And we've got a working lunch day coming up, don't we?
We do. Yes, we
So
do.
that should be good. And we've been saying that for ages that we're going to meet up at least once a month. I think at the beginning we were overdoing it by, yeah, every fortnight we're going to meet up and do a working lunch. But now we've got a date in the diary for this month,
Yeah.
and that will be nice as well.
Yeah, and I think it will kind of set the precedence for us once we've done it once. I think like we've been like, where are we gonna go? Da, da, da. But now we've actually got it like we've got it set. I think once we've done it the one time and seen how it all works, we'll be more inclined to want to keep doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then just one other thing I want to do, like it wasn't a goal or anything, but just one thing I'm really like gassed over this week. It's obviously we went out on Thursday. Priya will tell you, I am the worst person for choosing an outfit for going out. Like I am near tears trying to find an outfit to go out. I never feel comfortable in clothes. I leave things to last minute. I will order 10 outfits and not like any of them. I'm the worst. We went out on Thursday to Mistress of Mayfair and I put an outfit on and I liked it straight away and I was gobsmacked, but it was just like I'm really starting to start feeling more comfortable in my body now, and I'm loving this for me.
I'm so glad because I really wanted to message you and say, what are you wearing? But I thought I'm not going to try and I'm not about to send you over the edge. So let me not even contact you right now. And just like, then you messaged me like, I can't believe I've tried on my first outfit and I love it. And I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. So I know
Yeah.
I love that for you because I know that sometimes when we go out, especially if it's somewhere like, up London, you're a bit like, oh, I don't know what to wear. And it becomes a big thing where you always look great anyway. So I'm happy that you've got that confidence that little boom, I look good.
Yes. And also, just to add, can we say first night out, no filters on the photos, and was loving how I look.
Yes, exactly. I love that for you.
Yeah, so I'm doing this whole 2026 no filter photos, trying to embrace myself again. And yeah, so far so good.
It's great. It has. Sounds like it has. Things have gone. The so is sounding really good so far.
It sounded really good, but we're gonna get into the not so good bit now.
So what didn't go so well?
Okay, so first thing was night out on a Thursday night, getting home just before 1 a.m., trying to get up at 6:30 on a Friday and go to the gym. I'm not Priya. I cannot go to the gym after a night out.
It was a late night, wasn't it? And a time was had. I did feel it when you messaged me in the morning and was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, brother," like I was feeling it. I was just tired because I
Yeah.
hadn't drank that much. It was just I was just exhausted.
Yeah, I think as well, because I drove up there, obviously driving back, it does like you don't realize I'd been in the office as well that day. So I'd been in the office, come home, finished work in the afternoon, then started getting ready, drove up to Mayfair, like I only had like 2 drinks, so it wasn't like I say, it weren't like from alcohol. Eaten, danced, feet were hurting from dancing, then had to drive all the way back, which is like an hour drive. Didn't get home till just before 1 a.m. Then to get up at 6:30, it was just I got up, don't get me wrong, I got up, but I wasn't myself. And I knew there was no gym. Like I was basically, even like Ashley was like, you look tired. And I was like, yeah. It was a late one.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was. It was a late one. It was later than I expected, to be fair, but it just started getting popping the later it got.
yeah.
I was like, we need
It's
to
like
go.
it's when they give you the handkerchiefs and they're like, ooh,
I know.
that's it.
And then it was the shots, and oh, it was just a bit of a. Even though we didn't drink, it was just you're living in the moment, aren't you?
Yeah. Uh, um, then what else didn't go well? Okay, so I have to say, I think I was really positive with a lot of things. I did have a couple days where the mornings went great. We did the gym, we went to work, and then I felt like by the afternoon came around, I was drained. By the time I got home, I was just like some of my personal tasks that I wanted to do in the afternoons just didn't get done. The phones in the evening, that kind of went up in the air a bit. For me and Ashley, like we was kind of having those chilled evenings where we were sitting watching. We was watching Stranger Things one night, then we was watching Macbeth. And it's like, but it was nice because it was like I was still getting to spend time with him, but I was kind of a bit conscious, like, yeah, we've not kept to the routine we had the week before. So, like I say, I'm not going to be perfect in every aspect of everything I'm doing. Some things are going to be great, some things aren't. I just got to find that happy medium. Um, I did feel that I then had to cram in a lot of stuff over the weekend, like tasks wise, which I was meant to do during the week. So yeah, in that sense, I did. I fell short on that end of things.
Even though you had those few little bits that kind of went off track, sometimes it can feel like, oh, last week was so, kind of good. And then this week, this has happened. You still had so many positives. So definitely sounds like it was a good week, minus those little things. But you're allowed to have a night out. And guess what? The next day, it may not be goat as planned. That's life. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You shouldn't feel, oh God, I don't want to go out on Thursday. It's once a month. It's not like you're doing
Oh
that all
no,
the
listen, that's
time.
not going to stop me going out. I just have to be
Yeah.
realistic with myself and be like, don't bother trying to book in the gym the next morning.
Yeah, exactly. Because I already knew that I wasn't going to go to the gym
Mm.
after our night out. That was not part of my 5 days because I knew I had to meet a new client in the morning anyways, and I thought I didn't want to be completely wiped out. But I
Yeah.
still woke up early. It just wasn't me leaving my house to head to the gym. So I
Mhm.
know what you mean. It was a bit of a wipeout, and just like you, I kind of towards the end of the day when it got to 3 o'clock, I was like, oh my gosh, I need this day to be over already. I need to go to sleep. But what about I know you've mentioned kind of adjustments, any boundaries? What's this week looking like?
Yeah. So adjustments this week, going forward, is going to be to be a bit more realistic with the time frame for my tasks. Um, we spoke about this before about like some things being put in like this week. I'd set myself a couple of tasks in the morning, and then I'd had a work call which in my head was only going to last half an hour maximum. I was on that call for an hour and a half. So then I lost a whole hour of the day where I was like, that was where I was meant to do this. So I've got to make room for adjustments for things and not get as stressed out when things are not getting done. And I'm not going to do what I did this week where I tried to cram everything in on the weekend because now my weekend's changed again. So um, just being a bit more realistic and not so hard on myself if certain things aren't getting done.
With your weekends, you definitely need to try and be flexible because that is your time, isn't it, really? And also, I would recommend with meetings, because you know what work is like, and this is just what I do, and it doesn't work for everyone, is give myself extra time. Because even if I
Mm,
get that time back, I've got that time back. So even if you thought it was half an hour and you gave yourself an hour, even though it went on for, did you say an hour and a half?
yeah,
Yeah, at least it was only half an hour out of your day. So just
yeah,
giving yourself those little gaps in between. But you mentioned it last week, and obviously it's come up again this week. But hopefully next week you can get yourself and into that space where I'm giving
yeah.
myself adequate time. I'm not overdoing it with everything that I'm trying to achieve during the day.
My boundary for the next week is going back to the no phones between 5 and 8 p.m. That's got to come back. As much as I wasn't on my phone as much, it was still the fact that no, I said between 5 and 8 we weren't doing phones um, for both of us. So I want to get that back because I did find that the week before having that in place, more stuff got done in the evening. Because I've tried to be this whole like skincare girl at the moment, trying to look after my skin and that. And that was part of my time was like I would have my shower in the evening and like do my skincare and everything with like the phone was away. Um, so that didn't happen as much this week because of the fact that I was getting caught sitting on the phone doing things. So yeah, so that's going to be a boundary for the next week is phones down. And a non-negotiable habit for this week is more reading before bed.
Are you still reading Slay in Your Lane?
I am, yes. I've got
Okay.
a week and a half to finish it. And I'm
That
only
you're
like
reading on?
100, I'm only 150 pages in. I'm halfway through, so
Oh,
I better start cracking on.
oh gosh, you need to do it. You said the end of the month, this
Mhm.
book needs to be out of your life.
Oh, I will. Listen, if I have to take a day off work just to read all day, I'll do it. I will get this done.
Oh my gosh, you got to do what you got to do. It has, I know that you said you've been a bit about the book, so that doesn't help as well. It's
No,
easier
that's
to
not
read.
enough.
It's
Mm.
easier when the book's like, oh yeah, I really want to keep reading it. It's hard to find a book like that, you know.
Yeah, I think, do you know what it is? Don't get me wrong, the book is a good book. I just find quite a lot of it repetitive, but then there's certain bits where like I've learned a lot from it at the same time. That's the annoying thing. It's like there's bits of it where I'm like, yeah, boom, this is so right. Like I think I like drop bits on you at times, like, yeah, well, Slay in Your Lane says da 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 da. But like, so I am learning something from it, but it is like a slow burner. You know, like sometimes when you watch a series or something, everyone says it's really good, and then you're like first episode in, like, what is everyone talking about? But then like by the third episode, like you're hooked in.
Yeah, no, I
It's
definitely
not.
hear
I'm not in
you.
that hooked in yet bit.
It's getting there, isn't it?
Slow
Um,
burn.
so you mentioned your habit, the reading. What about any commitments?
Yes. So I spoke to you about this. I think it was yesterday. I realized that I don't eat a lot of fruit. I have fruit in my house. Don't get me wrong. I buy fruit every week, but I don't eat it. So, um, I'm going to be committing to eating more fruit. I've stocked up my fridge with all different types of fruit. I've even set an alarm on my phone for 11:30 every morning that says to me, "Eat fruit, bitch." So I'm going to eat fruit, and I've really fallen off on drinking water. Like we were going through like 3 liters a day at one point when we was like really on our like water. We're
Oh my
drinking water.
gosh, tell me about it.
And I'm like barely even getting 500 mils down me to a litre now. So I am making a conscious commitment to drink more water and less hot drinks.
That's good. I know it's crazy how 1 minute you can be that water girl and then next week it's actually hard. It's harder. Well, some people can just drink water like that. I'm not a massive fan. So I definitely hear you on that. But seems like, you've got a few things to commit to. I'm looking forward to hearing about how you have got on next week. And, just remember you have done great, lots of great stuff this week.
Thank you. So enough about me. How has your week been, Priya? What's your
Dis
word to describe your week?
discombobulated. I felt discombobulated this week.
I love the word of choice.
Yeah, it just felt like yeah, that's the words. That is the words.
So tell me, what made this week so discombobulated?
So I actually started my week really, or I actually started the week really strong. On Monday, I was ready to take on the world. I was like, yes, okay, I've got this. Then Tuesday, my daughter was supposedly unwell. She woke up, she's like, oh, I've got a bellyache, I've got a headache, I've got a cold. And I thought, I have not got time for your school to be calling me. So I've got my day planned out. just stay at home, lay down. I don't want to hear you, just lay down. Anyways, sent her downstairs for breakfast. Why can I hear some boom, boom noise? And she's downstairs in her Heelys skating around the front room. You know, I'm looking at her like, I thought you were meant to be sick. Like, are you having a laugh? Because now my day is upside down because
Mhm.
what I had scheduled and planned the night before was I was meant to go for a walk. So that was going to be one of my walking days. I was going to go and pick some stuff up from the dry cleaners. I had to go and pick up something from the doctors. I wasn't able to do that. So a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff that was I had planned that day just didn't happen. Wednesday she was back at school, so I managed to get myself somewhat back on track. But then Thursday she had a medical appointment in the morning, and then on Friday I got a call from the school and I had to pick her up early again. I was thinking, oh my gosh. So honestly, my week had no structure. Normally, I would have been really hard on myself about this, but 2026, I'm choosing to be less hard on myself. Like things happen that are out of our control. And sometimes we just need to be present in that moment and realistic about what we actually have the capacity to do, without burning ourselves out. And this reminded me of what you said to that you said that to me this week. And I had to remind myself, actually, you know this, Priya. Like, you know this. Like, why are you working yourself up when this is out of your control? There's nothing you can do about this. You are a mother. You have to look after your child. So things need to be put on hold. So instead of stressing myself out, even though I was kind of stressed, I focused on my high priority task and made a conscious decision that I'll pick the rest up this week. I'll see what I can
Mhm.
do. And just like you, I've done a few bits over the weekend as well.
Yeah, I think it is that thing that we've got to learn this year to stop being so hard on ourselves. Like I think we're both guilty of it where we know what we're capable of, so when we don't get certain things done, we can be quite hard on ourselves. And I think that's something we've both got to learn this year to ride the wave a bit more.
Yeah, ride the wave. There's nothing I can do. Like, what am I going to do? Take her for a walk while she's unwell, going down the road in the rain? Um, like, what can I do? But last week I said I was going to commit to a few key things. So the first was reading, ideally with one of those days being a reading session with Maya. Second one was my health, so getting to the gym 5 times a week and going for a well-being walk 3 times a week. Well-being walk because it's just about getting outside and feeling that air. The third was the business, so revamping my outreach plan for my business, TWP, and 9:30 p.m. bedtime. That
Mhm.
was the focus for this week.
Okay, and how did that go? What went well with that?
So the gym days went well. And to be honest, this isn't something I feel I need to spend much time on this week because I've been consistent for over a year now with gym, if I'm being realistic. Before I was mainly doing weights with maybe like 5 minutes cardio. But from December up until now, I've been consistently doing weights and at least 35 minutes of cardio. So I do feel satisfied that this is an area that is in a really good place. And we can check in on this in a few months rather than
Yeah.
me coming back every week and talking about that because there's other bits of health that I would like to focus on because I do feel like, I've got this. And I'm
That's good.
enjoying the cardio. It doesn't feel like, oh, cardio. What I've been doing is I've been watching something on Netflix. I've got through 3 programs already. And it's just, I'm going to the gym and I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to watching something because I don't really watch TV at home.
Yeah,
Um, so it has been benefiting me.
good.
Um, I didn't manage to read this week, mainly because I didn't have anything I actually wanted to read. I mentioned last week that I'm tired of all these self-help books that I've got.
Yeah.
I need to just take what I've learned from some of the books and just put into practice. So what I actually spoke to one of my clients. One of my clients recommended a book called The Four Agreements, and that should be arriving today. So I actually purchased the book. So even though I didn't read, I purchased the book and it's on the way. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, you did say that you wanted to find something that you'd be interested in, so you've done that.
Yeah, I don't know what the book is exactly about. I did read the blurb and it does sound like, this is interesting. It
Mhm.
sounds self-helpy, but not self-helpy. It sounds like more of a story,
Okay.
but it sounds like it's going to help me in some way because everyone was like, oh, this book has changed my life. So as long as it's
Yeah.
not a self-help book in that way,
Mhm.
let me come back and tell you guys what it's about. Hopefully I'll get a chance
We'll
to
we'll
read it
be
this
waiting
week.
for the book review thing from you.
Exactly.
We need to
And
start a book club. Anyone want to join our book club?
well, you're on page 150, so they won't be swapping a box of book review anytime soon. um, no, but I am committed. I am gonna try and read this book. But on the business side, I refreshed my business cards
Okay, nice.
and they arrived yesterday, which I'm really actually happy about. They're right here in front of me. I can't even show you them. But I'm really happy that they are here and they're ready to go. Because my old ones, they didn't have my QR code on. I've kind of refreshed my offer. So yes, I'm feeling really positive about that.
Lovely.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention about the 5 a.m. club. So yes, I have been consistent. The only day I wasn't consistent with being part of the 5 a.m. club was after our night out on Thursday. So Friday I
Mhm.
woke up about 6. So it wasn't
Yeah.
drastically later, but it wasn't 5, which I have been aiming to wake up by. However,
Yeah.
Saturday, yesterday, and today, Sunday, I've been up. I was at the gym at 5:30.
Well, that's good. I mean, you did say as well that on the weekends, like you were going to you as long as you got up within like a 2 hour time frame of your normal time. So let's just say Friday was your weekend day.
Friday, so they say Thursdays is the new Friday. So
Mhm.
I was out Thursday, had a little bit of a lay-in on Friday, but Friday, even though I went out on Thursday, Friday was, remember I was telling you, it was so productive. I was
Yeah.
absolutely buzzing. I met with one of my new clients. I was like, yeah, like this is great. I'm buzzing. But then later on, I did kind of crash.
So yeah. So obviously you touched on a bit about what you didn't feel went well because obviously with everything with Maya being ill and like not having that routine. Is there anything in particular that really stood out to you that didn't go well this week?
Right, so two things. The 9:30 p.m. bedtime was basically
Mhm.
non-existent last week. And I
Yeah,
have
I will
no,
say you'd messaged me a couple of times late at night, and I was like, "Girl, you should be." I mean, I saw them in the morning, but I was thinking, "What are you doing up?"
yeah, it was a shambles, if I'm being honest. And I've no one to blame but myself because my days felt all over the place. And with
Mm,
my daughter not feeling great, I ended up working much later than I planned. So I was trying to play catch up in the evening with different
yeah.
bits of work, also just trying to sort out the house, just doing things that I
Mhm.
feel like if my day was structured how it was, it would have been okay. But I had to
Yeah.
spend time with her. I'm cooking lunch that I wouldn't usually cook. You know, you're just doing all these extra things.
Yeah.
Um, on top of that, I also needed a moment to myself
Mhm.
just to just to breathe, meditate, sit on my bed for a minute and go through whatever I needed to go through.
Mhm.
So yeah, that impacted my evenings.
I know you said the hot girl walks. So did we get any hot girl walks in this week?
Yeah, so I only managed to get one walk in
Okay.
this week. One walk. And even that, I didn't even think I was going to do that, to be honest. I couldn't even be
Mhm.
bothered because my whole week had just been messed up. And then I thought, you know what? My daughter's at a party, my son's on his way out. I had my friend's daughter's headphones and I needed to take my son's jacket to the dry cleaner. £17 to get a jacket dry cleaned. I
Ridiculous.
nearly choked when he wrote. I felt like I should have said, "Excuse me, how much is this a dry clean?" Not gone in there like, yeah, take the
Mhm.
jacket, £17. Anyways, right. So I went for a walk. So it worked out for me because I needed to take the jacket to dry cleaners. I needed to drop some off to my friend. So went for a walk, sat down at her house, came back. I was going to go for a walk today, but I'm going to be honest, it's not going to happen. I'm going to start again next week.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the weather's better as well because this rain has been a joke.
Yeah.
And I do feel like with my daughter back at school, I'll have that flexibility of doing it during the day as well, like I had planned. So yeah, they were the only things that didn't go too well that I would say I'm not happy with. I know I could have done better.
And that's okay. We acknowledge it and we move on. And next week's around the corner.
Yeah, we moved. A lot of things were out of my control.
And then let's talk like adjustments, anything you're adjusting, simplifying, any boundaries this week.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not adjusting or simplifying anything this week. If my daughter hadn't been unwell, my week wouldn't have gone off track. I genuinely feel I would have been able to action what I said if my
Yeah.
week hadn't gone like this. So I feel like to go around and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to change this or I'm going to change that, I'd be just making excuses for a
Yeah. I
situation that was out of
do,
my
can I
control.
be honest though? I do feel that when it's with an adjustment, I feel like for you personally is saying to yourself in that adjustment, I would say would be if something does come up and you don't get stuff done, is that still making sure adjusting your time frame to say I'm not going to do it past this time at night time so that you can still protect your bedtimes because as you said you've tried to do so much in the rest of
No,
the time.
I don't think so. I
No.
I I feel that in situations like this, there is stuff that I need to get done work
Mhm.
wise, and work makes me money. So I will need to play around with the times that I go sleep in the evening. And that's not me going to bed at midnight. I'll still go to bed about 10:30ish. I
Mhm.
just feel like for me to turn around and say, well, I'm not going to do that because of this situation, it's going to have more of a knock-on impact, knock-on effects on me. Like I needed to
Okay.
get that work done. I needed to get those things done that I done in the evening.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, I'm not going to say that I will adjust. Yeah,
Okay.
but the boundary that still needs protecting, if everything is in order with my daughter being at school and hopefully nothing random coming up, but things will come up.
Mhm.
But I need to protect my bedtime. So this week, Monday, tomorrow, well, starting tonight, hello, Sunday tonight, we go again.
Mhm.
9:30 bedtime. I need to be in bed. Shut eye, 9:30.
Mhm.
It has to happen because I'm tired this week because I have had no structure and I have still been going to the gym. So my body's exhausted. I'm going to iron
Mhm.
that uniform, get in a shower, wind down from early today.
Mhm. That's good.
Um, and I do have two habits, sorry, that I want to commit to. So I know I mentioned with health, like gym's flowing nicely. We don't need
Yeah.
to keep talking about that every week, but I think it would definitely be good to check it in a few
Yeah.
months' time and we can agree because I've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
So we definitely will need to check in with that one. So my main thing is so hydration, just like you. But what
Mhm.
I'm gonna do is drink at least 1 litre of water at the gym
Okay.
and a minimum of 1 litre at home. I should be able to get through a litre, 2 litres a day. I can
Mhm.
easily get through 1 litre at the gym. But what I've noticed recently is when I'm on a treadmill, I don't want to stop the treadmill. So I'm trying to drink and then the water's just going all over me and I'm just getting out hot in the gym and everyone doing sexy video shoot on the treadmill with water flying all over me. It's getting hot and saucy. Um, no, I need to learn to pause the running machine and not think in my head, oh my God, I'm cheating and drink my water. Because then I'm
Mhm.
leaving the gym and I've got so much water left. And I've
Yeah.
noticed that has been since I've started incorporating the cardio because
God.
yeah, since I've started incorporating the cardio because I just want to go 30 minutes straight doing cardio
Yeah.
without any breaks. So I need to be drinking the water and I'm committed to
Mhm.
doing that or committed to that habit next week
Yeah.
and for the foreseeable, it has to happen. You have to drink the water. Also, um, Like you, no phone. I've been on my phone way too much this week,
Mm.
and I've found that I started getting a bit agitated.
Okay.
And that is because I'm engaging with too many conversations. Plus, my daughter being off, I've been overstimulated. So I feel like certain situations that wouldn't usually get to me have probably got to me. And so this week, I've just had my phone too much. I want
Mhm.
to set a
Yeah.
habit. 5:30 to 8 p.m. my phone, no phones. The only way I'm having that phone is if I'm in the kitchen washing up or I'm cooking and I want to watch something because
Yeah.
I don't like chefing it up like you. So I need something on in the background to keep me
No, I have
occupied. So I'm
music
like,
on. Don't get twisted. When I'm chefing it, I have music on. Like I think for me, my thing is a music thing. I use my phone for me. If it's not for music, it can't be. I'm not touching it.
I
That's
don't
my
like
kind of.
music. Do you know
No,
what it is? It's really weird, but I get overstimulated by music.
really. Oh, I have a
Really
rave while I'm
bad.
washing up. There was
No,
one time I was cleaning my kitchen, and it basically came up on my watch saying that I'd had a dance class for an hour.
I can't. I find it really, it's so weird, like overstimulating music. So even when I'm in the gym, sometimes I have no music on. I just don't like loud noises. And what I've realized, even, if we're in the kitchen, my son will be like, let's put some music on. And it could be like level 20. I'm like, I need you to turn it down a little bit. I'm feeling a bit, I don't know what it is. It's really bad. So
Um,
yeah, overwhelmed, overstimulated. Like there's too many
I'm guessing you've
sounds.
got like sensory issues with like music.
Maybe I do because it is when it
Mhm.
comes to music, unless I'm going to a rave or I'm about
Yeah.
to go out to a party, the music needs to be low. I don't even want it attached to the speaker.
Oh,
Really
stop it.
weird,
You
isn't
know
it?
what? You would hate my house, you know. There's like if it's not me playing loud music, it's Ashley playing shut up and die music in the shower. Like our bathroom is like a rave when we're getting showered and that.
It's like Kieran, the bathroom will be vibrating, and
Yeah.
I just have to be like, just let him get on with it, just let him live life. Just because you don't like it, it's okay. But I do find it a lot. So I'm going to watch something on my phone because it has been getting me through the washing up, getting me through the cooking in the evening. So that's the only time I'll be allowed to have my phone out. 8 o'clock,
Okay.
I can then pick up my phone again, have a little bit of time on the phone. By then, my daughter will be in her bed
Mhm.
and it's me time.
Yeah.
My one commitment for next week is finishing my flyer for TWP. I've already got the flyer there, but I just need to refresh it. I want to refresh all my material. So
Yeah.
that is my commitment that I will get that done because it was meant to be done this week, but it didn't get done. I only got my business cards refreshed. So yes.
Okay,
So yeah,
lovely.
it's my week. It has been felt discombobulated, but now I've actually spoken about it. It's been a mum week.
Yeah.
I've had
I
to
think it was like with me the week before where I was sick and it was like shit's gonna happen.
I have to just be I had to just be mum, and that was my main focus. And next week will be a better week. It will be more productive, and I know what I've got to do.
So yeah, so that is episode 3, guys. Let us know any commitments you made, anything that went well in your week, something that you want to work on better for next week, and we will see you next week.
Have a great week, guys.